Hi, Mike.
Yeah.
Rich will see you now.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mr. Hagen.
First off, call me Rich. Secondly, congratulations on the birth of your twin daughters.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw them on Facebook. They are adorable. What are their names?
Annabella and Sophia.
Ah, that's wonderful. Okay, let's get down to business. Mike, why are you going to be the Magic the Gathering World Champion?
Well, I'm Player of the Year, so I think I've demonstrated play skill at the highest levels. I also...
Stop! Player of the Year. You do realize that means literally nothing in this tournament, right?
I just mean that I've excelled at the highest levels all year.
This is the World Championship. You're going to be playing against the best players in the world every single round. You can't just pad your stats beating PTQ winners from Puntsville, USA. Get out! Next! Jacob, why are you going to win the Magic World Championship?
Pretty good at Magic. I won a couple tournaments. I'm gonna leave now.
Next!
So against Shahar Shenhar, I'm gonna shuffle like, but then I'm gonna switch things up and be like this. What do you think?
I can't believe I wrote a book about you. Next!
First off, I won Worlds last year, so there's that.
No, you didn't.
Second, I'm the only player in the tournament that can design cards in the middle of a match.
Next!
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.
Next!
What are we auditioning for again? Don't we just play in the tournament to see who wins Worlds?
Do you know who I am? I'm Richard Bloody Hagen!
That doesn't answer my question.
And you haven't answered mine!
What's the question again?
Get out! Unbelievable. 700 Pro Tour top 8s between them. Somehow they're worse than Tottenham sausage pudding at 11:30 is.
Don't worry, Rich. I'm sure we'll find somebody who's worthy of becoming a world champion.
Really? Who's left?
Well, we've only seen 6 players out of an elite field of 24. For instance, I think Sam Black, Paul Rietzel, Seth Manfield, and Owen Turtenwald are all great players who have a chance to make the top 4, if not win the whole thing.
Nate, you know I love you, but that is literally the stupidest prediction I've ever heard.
Welcome to the 2015 Magic the Gathering World Championship, where the world's best players battle to the death while surrounded by a bunch of tentacles and alien rocks. The competition kicks off with the highly apprised Modern Masters Draft, a format that attracted many thousands of fans to Grand Prix back in the spring. Here at Worlds, the very small field of 24 shows us how it's done. I'm here with the Player of the Year, Mike Sigrist. So, Mike, we just finished the Modern Masters portion of Worlds. So tell me, what did you draft and how did your deck do?
I drafted Affinity and my deck played out well, but you used too strong of a play.
My record was 2-1. I drafted a blue-black-red control deck, and my draft started with a first pick, first pack Shadow Mage Infiltrator in honor of John Finkel.
I drafted Black-White Spirits. My deck was very good. I think I was the only Black-White Spirits player on the table. I had 4 Thief of Hope, 4 Nameless Inversion, Ghost Council. So I was pretty happy with it. I went 2-1. I lost to Sean McLaren, who had also a very good black, green, white tokens deck with 2 overwhelming Stampede. So I can't be super upset that I lost, but yeah, it went well.
I drafted a black, green, white tokens deck with 2 overwhelming Stampedes, and it went really well. That card's good. I cast it a lot, and it won me the game on the spot every time I cast it.
Would you say you overwhelmingly stampeded your opponents?
No.
Which was the best card in your deck that performed well in this draft?
I think it's Burst Lightning.
You had 3 of them?
Yeah, I have 3 of them. Yeah, and I did pass a Tamagotchi in the drop.
Yeah. Don't think it's scared. Is it cleaning itself?
All right, I'm here with Seth Manfield, who is 6-1 at the end of day 1, which is a phenomenal record here at the World Championship, playing against the best. Seth, you and I have a couple things in common. We're both recent and new fathers, so congratulations on the birth of your girl. I imagine that 2 months, this is like the sleep deprivation stage of things.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, between traveling all the time and crying baby all the time, yeah, I mean, sleep is something that's hard to come by.
Right. How sharp do you need to be in order to keep winning through to tomorrow?
I definitely need to stay sharp. I was very happy with my play today. So I feel like I'm solid, but everyone else is going to be the same. So it's just going to be a battle tomorrow for sure.
The World Championship is being held here in Seattle at the enormous Penny Arcade Expo, or PAX, where gamers from all over the world travel to see the latest offerings from their favorite games. There's a palpable buzz about Magic's upcoming set, Battle for Zendikar. And so we decided to put Magic fans' vast knowledge of the multiverse on display with a quiz segment that we're calling Stump the Fans. Okay, Kenji, we are quizzing the fans. You're a fan of Magic, are you not?
I think I like Magic a little bit.
What are these diamond rock-shaped things called, and what's the deal with them?
They're called Hedrons, and together, in conjunction with multiple other Hedrons, they stop the Eldrazi from progressing.
You know, he's not just a good player. He knows the Vorthos stuff, too. It's pretty good.
Okay, so essentially those are the Hedrons that were used by Nissa to help imprison the Eldrazi on Zendikar.
He is correct.
I believe they are called Hadrons or Hedrons, and they are for the crab to hold, the Hedron crab, or contain the Eldrazi, whichever you prefer.
But their primary purpose is to be held by crabs?
Yeah, the crab, yeah.
Oh, the Hedrons. You know, they're actually quite a mystery to me. From what I remember, I think they just appeared mysteriously. I'm not sure. Did someone leave them there? I don't know. Someone left a big mess there. I know that for sure.
Next question. What species/tribe does that guy belong to up there?
Oh, those are the core, right? It's like a core hookmaster. Elves, perhaps?
You were right until you said elves, but we'll pretend you didn't say that. Okay. Correct. Core is correct.
Thank you.
Planeswalker?
I don't think that guy is a planeswalker, but his species/tribe is the core. Although all of us are planeswalkers. So if you thought I was pointing to the person behind them,
yeah, I just thought you were pointing at that guy.
That guy over there, yeah, that was a planeswalker.
Of course, yeah.
Name the Eldrazi that has eyeballs in its forearms. Any idea?
I'm just gonna start naming out Eldrazi. Oh wait. Is it Kozilek?
It is Kozilek, who happens to be on the battlefield right now.
Ooh, that one I actually don't know. In its forearms, I'm gonna guess Kozilek.
Correct. Good guess. Name the Eldrazi that has eyeballs in its forearms.
Oh God. I believe it's Kozilek, but I'm not sure.
People are really good at guessing Kozilek. You are correct, it is Kozilek. Pronounce this player's full name.
Paulo Vitor Damo da Rosa.
Ooh, you even put a little trill on the R. I think Paolo would respect that.
Getting fancy. It's a fancy name.
Pronounce this player's full name.
Paulo Vitor Damo da Rosa.
I think you said it in a better accent than I could. I say Paulo Vitor Damo da Rosa, but you kind of gave it the Latin flavor. Luis Scott Vargas, I have a question for you. Pronounce this player's full name.
Pablo Doritos.
That is correct. With the battles of Day 1 in the books, the Washington Convention Center would erupt on Friday and Saturday with festivities that went well beyond the spectacle of worlds.
I would love to hear out of you guys a good old-fashioned Zendikari war cry. I want you to let those Eldrazi know that you are coming for them.
The battles for both Zendikar and the World Championship were fought fiercely on all sides, but out of all those combatants, one player stood out above the rest. Seth, you just tore through today. You didn't lose a match all day, no matter how much sleep you lost for having a baby or being excited or anything. So, tell us, what was it like to just burn through every match round after round and just take down all these amazing players from around the world?
It was surreal. I mean, I try not to think about too much what was actually happening and just go round by round, but I was just like, wow, I just keep winning. And, you know, I'm just happy. You know, I'm ready to go for top 4. I'm going to make sure I'm ready to, for whatever the matchup is. And, you know, I couldn't have asked for a better result.
The story of the top 4 of the World Championship is about the most dominant player of the weekend, and one of the most consistently dominant players on the Pro Tour for the last several years. Anyone following tournament magic knows the name Owen Turtenwald. The amplitude of his larger-than-life personality is matched only by his outsized resume of tournament results. He's won back-to-back Grand Prix, top-8 Pro Tours, held the #1 ranking in the top 25 for months on end, and broke the record for Grand Prix top 8s in a year when he won Player of the Year in 2011. Admitting to feeling the pressure at Worlds, Owen prepared for the tournament more than ever before, feeling confident he could win it all. On this Sunday in Seattle, he'd start by sitting across from Hall of Famer Paul Rietzel. After fighting long battles of attrition in games 1 through 3, Owen found himself up a game and looking to advance to the finals. And while Paul had won a Pro Tour in the past playing with cats, his team of Fleecemane Lions and a Johnny, mentor of heroes, couldn't stand up to Owen's tag team of Nissa, Vastwood Seer, and Elspeth, Sun's champion. And so Owen took the semifinal 3 games to 1. Unlike Owen, Seth Manfield is a name many fans hadn't heard of, but that would all change at this World Championship, where the Maryland native dominated the field on Thursday and Friday with a historic performance of 13 wins and 1 loss. Legendary deck designer Sam Black couldn't stop Seth in the semifinals. Sam's collection of white creatures put up a fight, and even won a game when Sam unconventionally chose to be on the draw. But in the end, his creatures languished in the destructive wake of Seth's overpowering Abzan magic. Like Owen, Seth captured his semifinal 3 games to 1. The finals between Owen and Seth was a knockdown, drag-out match for the ages. In Game 1, the players fought for a grindy 15 minutes before Owen wiped out Seth's army with the powerful spell Languish. But Seth promptly found Elspeth, Sun's champion, on top of his library to trump Owen's battlefield and take a 1-game lead. Seth's fortune reversed in games 2 and 3, as he struggled to find enough mana to cast his spells. Owen pounced on this weakness, and soon found himself up 2 games to 1. But Seth struck back in Game 4, applying constant pressure to Owen's life total, and sealing the game with an alpha attack of stronger than usual creatures. And so it all came down to an epic Game 5, which became an instant classic in the history of the World Championship. Owen and Seth traded blows turn after turn after turn like weary boxers looking for a late-round knockout punch. Owen thought he found that knockout punch when he summoned Ugin, the Spirit Dragon, ancient enemy of Nicol Bolas and architect of the Hedron network that imprisoned the Eldrazi. Though in this moment, Ugin's most important power was his ability to deliver the World Championship for Owen. Facing annihilation, Seth dug deep into his library and miraculously found the spell Hero's Downfall, which destroyed both Ugin and Owen's path to victory. And so a nerve-wracking finals concluded, and Seth Manfield became the world champion of Magic the Gathering.
Honestly, that was brutal. That last game, I was just trying not to think about what was on the line and just to think about making the best play. But it was complicated. I mean, this means the world to me. I mean, this is just I couldn't have expected anything better than this. I mean, it's crazy.
Is there anybody you want to say hello to back at home who's watching?
Yeah, my daughter and my mom and my girlfriend Jenny and the rest of my family and friends, and big thanks to my teammates as well.
So hard fought, so well earned, a dominant performance. It's historical. Congratulations to the world champion of Magic the Gathering, Seth Manfield.
Who do these pro players think they are? How many of them can say they were co-leader of Pro Tour London in 1999? How many of them earned $100 at Pro Tour Philadelphia in 2005? How many of them were the second highest place finisher with no buys at Grand Prix Toronto 2010? I'll tell you who, Nate. None of them. That's who. Oh, Eric, tell me about your deck. Oh, Mike, you're so good at Limited. Oh, Paolo, what does it feel like to be one of the best players in the world? It makes me sick. All I ever wanted, ever, was for someone to tell me that I'm good at magic. It's just not fair.
Yeah.
The sun will come out and then leave it dangling from
Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Oh, right. So the sun will come out. Okay. There you go. Yeah.
The sun will come out like that?
Yeah,
That's what we want? All right.
Action.
The sun will come out.
Tomorrow.
Action. The sun will come out.
Tomorrow. I'll go there again.
Action. The sun will come out.
Tomorrow.
Cool.
I think we're good.
I think we're good.